Hello! In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a character sheet in D&D Beyond, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is Google D&D Beyond, and then click on this link here at the top. Once you're there, click on Sign Up at the top right in red, and now you're going to create an account. It is completely free to do, all you need is an email. Once you've made an account and signed in, you'll go to your username at the top right and scroll down to Characters and click on that. And at the top right here, you'll see in gray, create a character, click on that. And at the top left, it'll say standard, and go ahead and press on this box. Here you can change your character name, or you can also do this in the future, and you can edit any of these things we're about to do at any point. But what I am gonna have you do is scroll to the bottom, and on character privacy, click on public. This is just so we have access to your character sheet, but none of your personal information will be made public, just the character sheet. And go ahead and click on next. Here's where you get to choose your character class. This is the main part of D&D. It's what gives you all your cool powers and abilities. At this point, make sure you look at the email from Young Dragonslayers. It'll tell you if you are using the new D&D rules 2024 or if you are using the old D&D rules 2014. If you're not sure, just go with the new rules 2024. That'll be easier. And so, go ahead and pick what looks cool to you. D&D Beyond gives you a nice little description. If you're not a big fan of that, I highly recommend just Googling it, and then go ahead and pick what looks good to you. Today we're going to go with a cleric, so go ahead and click Add Class. Now you'll get a bit more information about your class. At the top right here, you'll see level. Make sure you look at that email that you got from us. It'll tell you what level you are starting out at. So here, let's click on this box and select what level we're starting out with. Let's go with 5 for today. And then boom, you'll see a whole bunch of options here. If there is a bright blue exclamation mark, that means that you have to make a choice. So go ahead and click down on this drop-down box and click down on these and just select what looks good to you. If you're not sure about something, feel free to Google it, but some of this stuff is self-explanatory and others that aren't really self-explanatory, if you select it, D&D Beyond will give you a nice little description here to let you know what you're picking. So make sure to pick all of these, go through all those blue exclamation points, and pick what looks good. If you are a spellcaster, it is very important to pick spells. So you'll see here to the right of class features, it'll say spells. Go ahead and click on that and scroll down to known spells. Click on that again. And here you'll see cantrips and spells. Cantrips are weak spells that you can cast an unlimited number of times, and spells are stronger, but you only have a few you can cast in a day. So you gotta pick, you have 4 available for cantrips and 9 spells, but currently 0 are equipped. So let's go and start with cantrips at 0. Click on that and it'll filter it to just be cantrips. And just go ahead, click these white learn boxes and make them green. You have 4, and then you can't learn any more, so you can pick and choose what looks good to you. If you click on the box, it'll tell you, oh, a nice little description of what it is. If you're still not sure, either Google, ask your DM when you see them, or just go with what looks best to you. And then do spells. Again, you can filter, prepare, go to weaker ones. The higher the number, the stronger that spell is, but you can cast it fewer times in a day. So yeah, just go around, and you're welcome to adjust these in the future. We're all learning here, no worries. And then when you're done selecting all of your spells, click next. Now for character background. This tells us a bit more about your character. So again, choose an option, and you get to pick from a couple of cool options from where your character came from, what their whole background is about. So look at the title, and if it sounds good to you, criminal, that's fun. Click on it, and D&D Beyond will give you a nice little description. You're welcome to change it and look around at what there is on offer. And again, you'll see these little exclamation marks. That means you gotta take and pick some options. At this point, you're also welcome to get into the nitty-gritty, tell me more about your character, if you want to describe what they look like, all of that stuff can be found here. Overall, not too important for the mechanics of the game, but it can be fun. And when you're done there, go ahead and click on Next. Here's where you pick your character species. This is mostly visual, but you can get a couple of extra cool traits depending on what you pick. Again, if you click on them, you can see a brief little description, and the picture really helps. Again, Google is your friend if you're not sure what something is, but go ahead and just read these. If it sounds good, it's good enough. And then when you find what you like, go ahead and click Confirm here. And again, you might have some options depending on what species you pick. And once you're done selecting all this stuff, go ahead and click Next. Here's where character creation can get pretty difficult, but we're gonna try to streamline it. So on choose a generation method, click on that and go down to point by. And now on screen, feel free to pause, you're gonna see the statistical suggestions for your character class, what is best for you. So just go down the line and look at your class, whichever one you picked from before, and see what is best for you. So for me, I am picking a cleric, so strength is 8, dexterity 14, constitution 14, intelligence 8, wisdom 15, and charisma 12. This is just going to make you optimal based on the class you picked. It'll make you good at what you're supposed to be good at. But if you really want a charismatic cleric, try to boost that. You can lower your wisdom, for example, to 10 and then boost that charisma to 15. That is great. Go ahead and do that, but it might make you a little bit weaker where you should be strong, but hey, that is up to you. No worries. And when you're done, go ahead and click next. Now add your starting equipment. Gold can be tempting, I get it, but we're not going to click on that. Click on not gold. And then once you're done selecting that, click add starting equipment here in red. And now all of these things are in your bag. They are not on your person at the ready. So all these white buttons, you'll say use, make sure you click on them and make them green. So use, wear, wield, etc. Whatever there is for you, go ahead and click it and then click next. Now you're almost done. Let's click on character sheet. This looks a bit overwhelming, and it is, but we're only going to focus on 2 things. First up, this skills column. Most things you want to do in D&D are going to be done here. So D20, a 20-sided dice, you're going to roll it, and then add whatever is next to here, depending on what you want to do. If you want to do a triple backflip over a card that's careening towards you, roll a D20 and add 3. Let's say you really want a dog to like you, go ahead and click on that +1, D20 +1, in this case it is a 12, so 12 + 1 is 13, that's what you rolled. You can roll digitally or you can roll with an actual physical dice, that is up to you. Secondly, if you are a spellcaster, go ahead and click on spells right here, and boom, you'll see a very long, or maybe a short, list of spells. If you click on them, it'll tell you what they do. If you're still not sure, again, Google is your friend, and so is your DM, so feel free to ask them. And if at any point you would like to edit your character sheet, go to the top right of the screen, you see this little anvil here. If you hover, it says go to builder, click on that, and we are here at this page where you can edit any of the things you want. And then you can click on this button here to go back to your character sheet, and here we are. That's all I have. Thanks so much for watching and have a great first session.